very, very handy devices.
They're very
Very
and I don't know how popular they are when they're sitting in a store which has about 1,000 other SKUs, and that is a problem. Knowing exactly what I'm looking for in a store, I know what I'm looking for. I know what it looks like. I know the size of the box and everything, and it still takes me 15 minutes, and I'm in the right department.
It gets lost.
Yeah.
It gets overwhelmed. You and I were just having a discussion about how people, when they approach technology, they get scared, they get overwhelmed, and they say, it's not worth it. It's too much frustration, and they back away.
Yeah.
That's why I think these podcasts are important, to zero in on specific products and say, this is a winner. This product you should have in your car, this product you should have in your home, this product you should have in your suitcase when you're traveling. This is a very, very unique product. It's not a concept that has just popped up overnight. It's been out there in the wild for a couple of years.
Yes. Yeah.
But these guys, it looks like they're doing the best job at a mid-range product of all of them out there. Like that Mr. Sticky stuff, it's the same stuff. And I swear by my Mr. Sticky.
It works. It actually works.
Cat hair, and I even do the rugs sometimes. If there's a lot of cat hair and the vacuum can't get up, that Mr. Sticky, it just takes them right. So I can attest the power of that stickiness on that particular product, unbelievable. And it just goes and goes and goes, and it just doesn't wear out.
And that's what gains the confidence in this product. I think they put it out at the right time. And all a person has to know is about the history of that. How long do you think that Mr. Sticky material has been out for? Just a guess.
Probably 10 years, I'll bet you. At least 10 to 15 years. And they come with a lifetime warranty. You know, I don't know about these guys, but I mean...
Well, I know that the material is permanently attached to the back of this, and I know that it's good for ridiculous temperature range and still work without... does it not only not decompose, but it actually still works. And I've had it in a hot car. I haven't had it in there in the winter time yet, but I have actually, I've had it at -5 in Calgary very recently, and there was no difference in the performance at all.
Cold enough.
Yeah.
Cold enough to test it in extreme temperatures.
Yeah. So, and I know the range is even more significant than that is claimed on the packaging. And not on the packaging, it's either on the website or something like that.
So you field tested these products for how long now?
I've actually only had them in my hands for a few months now, and I'm going to be doing some, I want to be able to rep it in again, more of a only this product in front of your face kind of scenario, which is what brings the products, it gives it the attention that it deserves.
Yes.
Yes. A lot of people see the product, they get into the big box stores, and it just becomes another SKU number, and I just don't think that it deserves that small amount of attention.
And they don't know how unique it is. They don't know what makes it special. They don't know what makes it stand out.
Well, I've been to the sales desk. I said, that product is awesome. And what the person behind the desk said, oh, how's it work?
Yeah. Well, they're carrying 1,000 different products with 1,000 different SKU numbers.
Yeah.
And they're not trained product specialists. They're just there to cashier. They're just there to take your cash. Yeah. If you have a return or a challenge, we'll take it back. But, I mean, if you have 1,500 products, you're not going to have the time to get trained on all of them.
No.
Let's get serious,
No, it's true. It takes a lot of time, especially when product flows through the places.
Oh, my goodness. Yeah. And SKUs collapse, and then they bring out another model, and, oh, my gosh. Oh, yeah. And another thing I want to talk to you about that is very, very passionate about, you love your BlackBerry phone. Why? What sets it apart? A lot of business owners love the BlackBerry.
It acts like a tool. It doesn't feel like a gimmick when I use it. It actually has attributes to it that I don't even understand, but friends of mine say, "Oh, I use that all the time." Like I do a lot of work with spreadsheet work. Whether I create it at home or I create it on the phone itself, I rely on it completely to be accurate and to be customizable to whatever I'm trying to get done. I need to be able to email that without any degradation of the actual file. I need to be able to store it and refer to it every day that has happened. Now, that being said, I know that there are other companies out there that actually provide these kinds of applications, for example, with spreadsheets, but it just seems that it's just really well thought out. It really has the keyboard. Sometimes I think, oh yeah, I'd love to be able to have that, that keyboard that's part of the screen. And of course, BlackBerry does that now, and that's fine. But these are very, very tactile. A lot of people who've actually gone to the screen have realized why this keyboard is such a better setup than the screen type.
Yeah.
And, the phones will crash on you just like any other phone, but it doesn't lose information. It doesn't get, and it does get bogged down like other phones too, but it seems to have a predictable way in which you can deal with it, right? They are starting to be a bit more and more like computers, and computers, well, how many times you would press that reboot button, really? Mm-hmm. And they are getting better. My first one was a Curve. It was decent, but I was yanking the battery every 10 minutes just to get things to rework. Yeah, to reset again, and it's way less frequently now.
What's your favorite app on the BlackBerry?
If I was just to look on the screen, because I know that on the screen is where I'm going to see it, I actually like them all. There's a quick launch one, which I can actually eliminate all the icons on the screen if I wanted to, and just have you press it once and everything comes up. You just do it all with one thumb. Oh,
kind of like a Tiles with the new Windows 7. They're kind of copying the same concept, I think. Nobody's got the Windows 7 yet.
One of the things I like too is that the Jawbone, which is the name of the company that makes the earpiece, that has an application that gets downloaded onto the BlackBerry, which allows me to see how much time I have on it, which is very nice.
Really?
Yeah. It tells me those types of things. I can scan barcodes, but quite frankly, not all the barcodes are available on products. But that one's kind of cool.
Have you used that barcode scanner?
I've tried it. It's just not all. It doesn't work with everything yet. I mean, but they even claim that it doesn't necessarily work with food items. You're going to be more likely looking at success with stereo equipment or other devices that are spend more time on the internet, I guess.
I heard an exciting thing the other day. Somebody said, "Oh, there's an app where you can download a barcode scanner and write a program." For example, if you've got that particular product there and it's got a barcode, you scan it with your phone and it'll tell you exactly how to use it.
Oh.
Yeah, instructions. How often do we throw out the manual?
Very often. Yeah, exactly.
And that could work with even the monitors in motion.
Yeah.
You scan it, boom, it'll tell you on your iPhone in a PDF form or however they're going to do it, exactly the instructions. So you're never without an instruction booklet. I think that's brilliant.
It is. Let's say, for example, my favorite thing that would be a good solution for that is the car stereo. Mm-hmm. Just something as simple as a car stereo. They do not explain themselves very well.
No.
Twice a year you got to change that clock back and forth, and there is not a standard way you can get that done.
That's exactly correct. That's exactly correct. So how much of your business do you rely on your BlackBerry for? 50%, 60%, 70%?
All of it.
Really? You do all your business on your BlackBerry?
Well, okay. I mean, outside of some of the bigger, nastier, providing quotes for people and things like that, where I need a big screen or the multiple screens. But I still condense it and I still email it to myself, so I can do. Let's say I'm on the road and somebody says, "Well, we didn't really need this or that or the other thing, or we need to swap out one for the other." That can all be done on the BlackBerry for sure. It's just that if I create the original quote, I tend to do it at home. But it's just because I'm using two screens. But yeah, everything gets sent directly to the phone so that I can actually, again, continue business when I'm on the road.
So probably 90% of your business is done on your cell phone.
Yeah.
Exciting times we live in.
It is.
They're exciting. I have an app on my iTouch called Team Viewer. Have you heard of it?
No.
It's a remote control access program, and it's free. If you use it a lot, they want you to pay. But
sure.
For the occasional, my daughter is a property manager.
Yeah.
And you download the app on your iPhone or your iTouch, and if you're anywhere within Wi-Fi or on the cell network, she can drill into her home computer for any files.
Oh yeah, that's very important.
And it's free. I mean, how good does that get? How good does that get? She says she's using it constantly. If she has to she can even, when I set it up, she sent a print job from her Apple iPhone to her printer wirelessly through, and she was just amazed. So she uses that all the time. When she has to find a document, if you put a lot of stuff on your iPhone, it fills up with memory. Why do that when you can just dump it on your machine at home, keep your machine running, and just drill into it anytime you want? You can even hook up remote cameras. So from your iPhone, you can take a look inside your house, wherever you are, for security purposes.
Yeah.
It's great. Just great. So I'm very
actually that's very important.
Yeah.
You know, there's a, you know, we have a piece of property that's out in the middle of nowhere. Sometimes it's only the dogs and the rest of the animals there. It's nice to be able to check that out for sure.
Yeah, and if your camera is set up with motion detecting, as soon as it detects motion, it will email you or phone you. Yeah, and then you can say, okay, what's going on here? And it will start, the cameras can start to capture the video on a hard drive. Boom, you got proof. Until the crook steals your computer.
Yes, exactly.
At home.
Oops. Didn't turn on fast.
That's exactly right. Well, I'm very, very impressed. And you're repping this line right now, right? You're getting the gears in motion and you're getting everything.
Yeah.
So you're on track.
I think it justifies, again, to go that extra big step, you know, commit to shows that require things like not just RV shows and boat shows and car shows, which I think they'll do well with anyway, but other shows of that nature. For example, like the the Christmas show coming up, a great gift.
Oh yes.
You know, that kind of thing. So,
yes.
And then also make it available where, you know, you walk into an office facility and say, listen, I know that you guys, for example, have to deal with your employees with their phones and things like that. Do you want to go beyond just the one person trying to find an item at a time? Do you want to do a multiple purchase as opposed to just the everybody fending for themselves kind of thing? So, we'll see how that works. But I am quite excited about the product, and I'll just go one step at a time to see how quickly I can get that sales cycle to work. If I can get it going fast enough, then I can bring it in and be in the volume that actually will work.
Sure. And I'm going to be setting up seminars that I'm going to be doing before business to business pretty quick. Why don't we do something and we can show your product at the seminar as well?
Sure. Yeah.
I mean, at the end of the day, when all the dust settles, these are products designed to take stress away from the computer user.
Yeah.
Who needs more stress? Nobody. And there's a lot, and we don't have, the average consumer does not have time, simply put, to sit down and research, because when they go on the internet, it's just like walking into one of those big box stores.
Yeah,
they don't have anything to delineate. They don't have anybody saying, hey, look, you've got to have this product because this is what it can do, and it sets the product apart from all the others. Because there's an awful lot happening out there that there's no time. There's just no time.
There is no time. I think somebody said once, and I'm probably wrong in this, but it is a very impressive number of times that if you have a very sterile viewing environment or a very sterile way in which you're looking at a product on the computer, in a store, or wherever, it takes as many as 17 viewings of that product before a purchase is even considered.
Oh, I believe it, because we become numb.
Yeah.
We virtually become numb and overwhelmed with all the choices. How do you know? And then to do, for example, these products, how many hours would you have to spend comparing on the internet? You field tested these things.
Yes.
You said, okay, you wouldn't field test or rep something that you didn't believe in.
Absolutely not. It doesn't make, because I'm not really a sales guy.
There's passion.
Yeah.
There's commitment. There's, holy smokes, I don't want to sell a dud. I don't want to sell something I can't move. I don't want to sell something that's going to frustrate people.
I've been in the business for 12 years of selling products where my customers actually see me over and over and over again. Yeah, I can't afford a dud.
Yeah, there you go. So that puts it in perspective. That's very, very good.
Yeah.
Well, I have enjoyed this podcast show. I think you do extremely well. And let's push these products out and get them in front of people and make sure that they know what's available out there. I've enjoyed it, sir.
So have I.
Come back again. And it was a delight to have you on the podcast show, Chris.
Thank you very much.
And we'll have you come back again because I want to keep a finger on the pulse with this particular platform and with monitors in motion, right?
They're both very passionate items to have.
Exactly. Okay, my friend, thank you so much. We'll see you again. Thanks, everybody, for joining Rick Haaland and Chris Burke for eFlexonics. Everything healthful and helpful for the computer user. Ciao for now. Bye-bye.
Bye.